Montez, nous voulons la vérité. 11 septembre, coup monté, 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 nous voulons la vérité. 11 septembre, coup monté.
What I can tell you with a great degree of certainty is that the Bush administration didn't tell us the truth about September 11th.
Yes.
The Bush administration didn't tell us the truth about who won the election in 2000. The Bush administration didn't tell us about the truth about the war in Iraq. The Bush administration didn't tell us about spying on the American people. The Bush administration is responsible for torture, war crimes, crimes against humanity, crimes against the U.S. Constitution. So do you think that I believe what the Bush administration told us about September 11th? Absolutely not.
Right. What happened at Vérité? What happened?
Vérité brought together people from across Europe and actually from across the world. We had people coming to Vérité from the United States, from Canada. They took long plane trips to come and see us because we had people from Austria, from Germany, from Italy, from Spain, from England.
11 vérité, 11 septembre, coup monté, nous voulons la vérité.
Denmark, he's a very famous scientist and professor, and he's done some incredible research on the dust in the World Trade Center. And we have so little time, we're just going to leave him about 5 minutes to tell you very briefly what he has found. Please help me welcome Professor Niels Harris.
I work for MI5, which is the UK security service. So we are looking at a case of the spies of Britain funding our known terrorist enemies at the time to try and assassinate a foreign head of state.
Sit up!
On sait bien, en septembre, nous voulons, 11 septembre, on sait bien, en septembre, coup monté, nous voulons la vérité, en septembre, coup monté, on sait bien, en septembre.
Can only be solved if 9/11 is taken care of first, because through 9/11 we can restore our democracy, restore free press, restore the judicial system. And this is about saving our civilization. All the things we love. All the things we love.
Is this
to select individual pieces of evidence, each one standing alone is sufficient to make our case.
Have predicted that they would try to use an airplane as a missile, a hijacked airplane as a missile.
And I don't think the prior government that could envision flying airplanes into buildings on such a massive scale.
Where actually the use of thermite for the demolition of the World Trade Center was crystal clear already.
So we have find the solution when saying just to, I don't know if it's the right word in English, to diffuse information about 9/11.
The medium-term objective is to inform as many people in Europe, high and low in society, so you need that.
First of all, the Israeli embassy was bombed in London in 1994, and it was blamed on 2 Palestinians who were convicted of conspiracy to cause that attack. However, the assessment made by senior MI5 officers was that Mossad, the Israeli intelligence agency, had actually bombed their own embassy for political advantage, for increasing.
In my eyes, it wouldn't surprise me, again, I don't want to advance any particular theory, but it's not mutually exclusive that Osama bin Laden or whoever should believe that he carried out 9/11, or that Al-Qaeda should believe they carried out 9/11. that's not mutually exclusive with the fact that it was an inside job as well. It's a perfectly envisageable scenario that they were plodding away in their cave or wherever. They thought, we're going to fly these planes, we're going to do so on and so forth. But the role of the US, the government, the CIA, whoever it was, their role was A, to facilitate, and B, to exacerbate.
On va atteindre une masse critique où il y aura un peu plus de médias qui vont commencer à s'emparer de ça, au-delà juste des espèces de buzz et de lynchage de Kassovitz ou Bigard. On va être exposé. On va être exposé comme d'autres gens l'ont été.
Exposé ou explosé?
Exposé, explosé c'est pareil.
Veterans, okay, great. Were you at the conference a year and a half ago?
No, we were not. We didn't know about it then.
Oh, okay. So now you can lead the church to the Netherlands.
Yeah.
Very good. That's right.
These are historic issues, huh? Volume 1 and Volume 2.
Yes.
Because in Holland, a lot of people say like, it's American, you know, and that far away, they don't care, they don't see the connection.
The semblance of democracy, at least in most European countries. I would like to go back to that sort of, happy mythical days when you didn't have to actively fear your government as European. And an investigation into 9/11 is going to be a big step towards that goal, but not necessarily the only step. Because by now, many other interests have gotten involved. Companies are building oil pipelines in Afghanistan. And Osama bin Laden, as the objective of being there, has already been erased out of the public's memory. We are now there to help the poor people of Afghanistan.
Many to birthplace of bin Laden's terrorist organization, Al Qaeda, making him arguably the most wanted man in the world. Wanted man in the world.
Punish.
The terrorist with
control of education so that people are not so dumbed down that they actually believe that war is peace, slavery is freedom, ignorance is strength, and lies are truth.
So anyway, this is the article that I wrote on direct democracy.
Oh, that might be good.
Which I'm thinking, merci.
Suspicious deaths at vital moments, the Robert Maxwell death. That's my reading of it. I think it's true that Robert Maxwell was a less successful and less competent financially, but and I think
well, I'm just curious. No, this is I understand
The case is so overwhelming. The case that you make is so overwhelming. How do you explain the corruption, the deep corruption in the mainstream media, which is so universally covering up? Why, how is that possible?
Well, I explain. It's difficult to explain, but I can resume. We are living all under the domination of the empire. The empire is very powerful. And the empire is working and has been created, I should say, that the empire has been created by the mainstream media.
Par la pétition, il y a tous les corps métiers dans la pétition. Moi, les architectes et les ingénieurs que j'ai contactés, c'est par la pétition. Et il y a des traducteurs, il y a des profs d'anglais.
And the media just lied about what was said in the courtroom. We saw them lie and write the exact opposite of what the judge had said in his formal judgment.
Ballroom. Malcolm X went to the Audubon Ballroom despite the phone call, and there he was murdered. That's the spirit that I come from. And that's the
Vous montez, vous montez, on sait bien quoi vous montez. En septembre, vous montez, nous voulons la vérité. En septembre, vous montez.